to another episode of GH Fishing. Today I'm going to talk about something that's been going around on the web about a walleye tournament with some cheaters. And this is my point of view at it. If you want to bring that shit into the tournament fishing world, anything, stay the hell out. Don't even frickin' bother. A lot of people that fish local tournaments, pro, they actually work a full-time job too and work their freaking asses off to be able to do that and also provide for their family doing that, doing something they love, and they're honest. I've seen a lot of stuff about they need to get metal detectors into weigh-ins and all that. They need to get X-ray machines. Like, all right, so a local ran club that gets 45 boat max, couple grand payout. I don't think that they're gonna spend $34,000 for a small compact X-ray machine, because I did look online and at prices of all that stuff. Sure, you can get metal detectors for $180 or something at Fleet Farm, but that's not really. It shouldn't have to come down to that, is what I'm saying, I guess. X-ray machines, I mean, big. How do you carry that around? You know, hey, call home and, can you hook the trailer up and bring the X-ray machine down here? I think this guy's got a chunk of lead in his bass or his walleye or whatever. This doesn't go just for walleye tournaments. It just so happened to happen in a walleye tournament. 8 pounds of lead plus cut up fish. You cut fish up and you jam them down a fish's throat. That is really freaking sportsmanlike. That's the biggest thing here, is being very unsportsmanlike. I feel these people should lose their hunting privileges, fishing privileges, and sit 30 years in freaking prison and just sit there and think about it for that frickin' long. Be away from their family, be away from their kids, because their family and kids don't frickin' deserve to have them in their lives after that. Coming home, and I couldn't even imagine coming home, you know, Dad, I'm proud of you. Oh yeah, proud of me that I stuffed lead in my frickin' walleyes? Come on now. Like, pull your head out of your ass. This is some serious shit, and it needs to stop. There's so many frickin' people out there that, and the worst part is, it doesn't matter if it's a club tournament. It doesn't matter if it's a open. It doesn't matter if it's a series. It doesn't matter if it's professional, whatever. The shit happens, whether you know it or not. It does happen. And people not need to stop fishing to make a living at a small level and actually just start doing it for fun and good, friendly competition. It's not that hard. I couldn't imagine stuffing an 8-ounce chunk of lead down a fish's throat and feeling good about myself with that. Not one, let alone 2, 3 of them. Come on. Like, that freaking shit needs to stop. The 2 guys that did this are, I don't follow walleye fishing, but are apparently pretty well-known guys in the walleye circuit, and I couldn't even imagine being somebody that a lot of people look up to and then having it come down to that. The one guy frickin' bucked it and got away from everybody. The one guy stood there and actually stood up to his wrong and took all the bashing from a lot of people. A lot of stuff was said. There's a lot of videos out on YouTube, on wherever, of what happened. And there's so many ways around it. I really, I don't even know. It's honestly a disgrace to the tournament world, and it's something I love doing. I want to say 12 years old, I fished my first bass tournament with my brother. You wouldn't even think of doing that. Like, come on. I literally, when I was, I want to say 17 years old, I joined a club out of Merrill and fished a tournament and the largemouth were spawning, and I was fishing by myself, and I snagged one right between the eyes with a drop shot. That was a 4 pound fish. I let that fish go and weighed in a 2.5 pound fish that day, and I lost by half a pound. If I would have thrown that fish in the box, I would have won. Would that have been cool? Hell no. Like, why would that be cool for a couple $100? Or if it was even that at that time. Another time we were fishing a paper tournament, I had one on a bed, a smallmouth. I snagged a fish 7 times in a row before I actually caught it. I was throwing an 18-inch smallmouth back just so I can hook the fish in the mouth and feel right about it. What the hell is wrong with people? Like, there are just... It is unbelievable what people go down to. I don't care if your excuse is times are tough. Okay, it's tough for everybody right now. Prices of everything are outrageous. Alright? I sit there and work my butt off to find new ways to get above and beyond with everybody. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does. I find something that somebody else doesn't find, catch bigger fish. You gotta follow the fish around. The worst part about this whole situation is these 2 freaking guys would have won the tournament without stuffing damn weights in the fish's throats. Only reason they did it was to win Angler of the Year and steal an extra 25 grand. I believe it was 25 grand out of other people's pockets. So they already had the 40 grand, I believe it was 40 grand for first place. They already had that one. They ended up turning around and stealing, or trying to steal, another 25 grand. That's how greedy these dirty bastards were. Sorry if any kids are watching this. This really heats me up, and it just honestly blows my freaking mind how dumb people can be. There's numerous freaking times I've hooked a bass deep, had to bite the line. It's the right thing to do. They create the acids in their stomachs to dissolve that, and the fish lives. So rather than taking pliers, ripping the hook out of a 18-year-old fish and killing it when it can live a lot longer, bite the line, whatever. Every time I've ever done that, I've told the tournament director, watch out, I have a hook I had to bite off in one of the fish's mouths. It's not that freaking difficult. I mean, just freaking be honest with people. And I mean, what's a hook weigh? Like, a tenth of an ounce, not even? Way less than a tenth. Yeah, so anyways, I mean, like, you get what I'm saying. It's just honestly horseshit. I can't believe anybody would go to that extent just over a freaking tournament. And then have to sit there. So these guys sat there on a curb with the cops. I don't even know if the cops were there, what the reasoning was. I honestly think the cops were protecting them from getting their asses whooped by all these people, because these guys have won in together, their career earnings were over $3 million, I believe. $3 million. Now, could you imagine if they've cheated all $3 million? Which, I mean, obviously, you and I are all going to assume that. Because after this and cheating, when you've already won for an extra 25 grand because you're that freaking greedy, it's some freaking bullshit. And the stuff needs to stop, because if I'm ever around that, it's going to be handled way different. And the tournament director in this handled it way better than me or a lot of people I know of ever would have. Because that's just some... That's some stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I guess let me know what everybody thinks on my point of view on it. I honestly don't even have a solution to take it out of fishing, because I know there's people that are gonna do it. Whether it's a 1/4 ounce tungsten, a 1 ounce tungsten, you know, hey, I got a big fish, better stuff a little bit more in there. It ain't freaking worth it. I don't even know how the hell anybody could feel good about doing it. That is just honestly... And then Another thing that crossed my mind through this is it wasn't just one person, it was two. So how do you even, so you're fishing a tournament with your buddy. What do you even say? You know, hey, let's stuff some lead down this fish's throat and make it weigh more. Oh yeah. Excuse me. Oh well, yeah. Let's do that. You know. Okay, good. I have some half-ounce weights that I have stuffed down in my bottom of my compartment. We'll just shove them in there. Like I don't even know how two people can even have that conversation to begin with, let alone both go for it to win. Um, Apparently one of them lost her job, and the other one, I don't even know. I literally don't freaking know. Um, it's above and beyond me, honestly. I've read stuff about taking tournament fishing to just length, but then you got all these kayak tournaments where people are using false measuring boards, cutting 2 inches off of them and putting them back together. So the belly of the fish lays over. You can't even see that, and then it goes out and the tail's at the length. Um, uh, People going out practicing for a week and keeping their fish in a tank. What in the hell is wrong with you? I mean, that is so freaking inhumane to keep a fish locked up in a freaking small barrel in its home in shallow, warm water just so you can go back there and grab it. And it's not going to eat the whole freaking week. Like, fish need to eat to keep their weight. So you catch a 4 pound fish a week prior, put it in a barrel, it's going to be small, a lot smaller a week later. Obviously, just like humans, fish eat and poop. So, but anyways, as much as I'm heated up, hate hate to see that happen. I really hope to never ever have to see it with anybody I know, anybody around that I fish against, fish with. Um, I don't feel like it can happen. Usually, northern Wisconsin's full of a great group of guys, and everybody's out for the same reason. Um, you either suck and you laugh about it, or you do good, and I mean, it's just it is what it is. There ain't there ain't no there's nothing in the world that makes it worth it to cheat at any level of fishing just to say that you won. Just to say that you won. That's what it comes down to. Because in a year from now, it's going to be a freaking plaque on the wall, a trophy on a stand. Just think about it. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to leave it there. If anybody has anything else to further add to that, comment down below or comment wherever I post this, Facebook, anything. Or if you think I should have added something to it, message me. Whatever. It's something that needs to be talked about. I'm looking at solutions for everything. A lot of people are looking at solutions for all of it to make it never happen again. I just don't feel there's any way around it that's cheap enough for local organizations to get around it, and even professional organizations like Bass and FLW. You have spectator in the boat, plus I mean, if you're doing good, got a cameraman on, obviously. But that spectator, all the major bass tournament series, they go to full extent to where there ain't no way in living hell the pros are gonna be able to cheat. But then I guess walleye have never had an issue with this, which actually Bass, FLW, none of them, MLF, they've never had an issue. But the walleye series, from what I've seen, they've never expected anything out of it, and they expected trust from everybody, which everybody does expect that. So it should not come down to two guys fishing together and cheating like that. But yeah, I guess, rant over, talk about the whole crap is done. Just comment down below. Tell me what you think about the whole situation. Um, you'll never see that on this channel or see me on the news for that. Hopefully for a state record, because the chasing's gonna start happening here pretty soon. But yeah, sorry to everybody that happened, and it comes down to so many videos out and dealing with the stuff. But I'm gonna go out and just go fishing, because that's the best thing that you can do. It's the best therapy there is. Go out and catch an honest bag of bass, and either get made fun of or get your hands shook for the W. That's it. See you on the next one. Peace out and cheers.